Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna continue working on our to-do list app written with SwiftUI and core data. And this is our final part of this series of tutorials. After that we'll start working on some other app. It will be exciting too. Today we're gonna add change in the list for our tasks and to review our code and understand what we did right or wrong and where to go next. So let's start by adding an ability to change a list. Let's go to task list view. Actually, let's go to edit task view. Make sure your canvas shows your view. Press resume button if you have it here. Yeah, and now you see it. And yeah, let's work on it. First of all, we'll change our view a little bit. We'll add an H stack here. And here, let's actually move this part inside. We'll change it to secondary color. This will be primary color. And yeah. So in case our task doesn't have a list yet, it will just see no list here. Yeah. So now let's add an action to that, but first of all, yeah, let's add a state variable. Showing list picker. And we'll add another H stack here. No, actually it wouldn't be H stack, yeah. And here we'll add a picker. Yeah, but for now let's just show text picker and we'll adjust later. And now we can just put this into a button. Yeah, so create a button with some action that we'll implement later, and this H stack will be our label. Yeah, and this will just toggle our flag. So now if you run this app, preview will crash. Yeah. And also while we are still here, let's apply for foreground color as primary to that. Since this is a button, it will try to change it to blue. Also, you can actually just move it here and apply it to the whole horizontal stack, so you don't need to use this modifier here, but we will need this one. Let's hide it for a second and try to build it. And now we'll open our canvas again, go try again, and now it should build. Yeah. So now if we change our list to nil again here, we'll see that this label is gray and all the rest are black, primary color. Now we need to get a list of lists in our view model. It will be list. Update lists, and we'll call this here. And now we need to change our data manager to just data manager, because we will need we'll need to fetch lists. Yeah, so now we can go back to our view and use a picker here. We'll have select list. This will be our view model list. Our content will be for each view model lists. And for now, let's just put the title here. Yeah, our list should conform to hashable. Let's fix it. Let's go to our model, open till list, and another extension till list hashable. Yeah, let's wait for this error to appear and click fix. Here we'll just compare IDs. Okay, let's add hashable to lists to tasks as well, since we're asked for that. And actually, I think you can just use self here. Yeah. Yeah. And so yeah, and let's run and build this app. Now if we go to any place, or when it showed, oh yeah, we'll fix it later. And yeah, also we'll need to change picker style to wheel picker style. And let's try to build it now. Yeah, you see, when you click on this, you'll see this animation. Also, you can just add an animation here. Yeah, let's set it as default. Wonder what maybe we should apply animation to the whole view. Let me check that. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, so now we see this thing. By some reason it doesn't choose the proper list. I wonder why it is. You know, actually let's get rid of animation for now. And yeah, I'm not sure if that, yeah, let's change this a little bit. We'll add a variable selected list index that will be 0 by default, and here we'll check flat index of lists first index, where id equals list id. Then selected index will be this index. And yeah, let's add also did set here. So in this case we set the list, selected list index, lists equal lists, selected list index. Yeah, also we can just double check if this index is within our lists array, lists count, else return. Yeah, and now let's get back here, and instead of selection view model list, let's use selected list index, and here we'll just pass a lists count. This will be I, and this will be view model lists I. And yeah, let's build and run it and see if it works. Yeah, so it does change here, although we still didn't fix it in our database. But let's quickly check another. Yeah, looks nice. So now we need to add it here, list. Yeah, and actually we can just simply copy paste this here, and yeah, this will be list, task list, and yep, yeah, that should work. And let's run it and check if it works. Yeah, we see it disappeared here and appeared here. Yeah, although we still have issues with these numbers, let's quickly check them. The simplest approach would be, yeah, it's a bit ugly, and yeah, but let's add that is completed. Yeah, actually it's not the best approach, but we'll use it for now. Yeah, now you see the number of tasks here is correct one. So if we create one, go to cinema. So as you can see, this picker now works, and this is how you can change your lists. And also you can change some stuff here. You can change the color here, etc. There are many things to do. For instance, we can add date for our tasks, and we can send a notification every time this time comes. And yeah, there are a lot of things that we can add here, but we won't make it complicated because we're not gonna create a whole app here. So, but let's quickly wrap up and discuss what went well, what didn't. So first of all, so potentially these structs should be changed to classes as this app grows. In this case, it will be easier to maintain all these dependencies, and whenever you update your class, you will get it updated everywhere. So also maybe you will want to make it observable object and make these variables published, so your UI will react every time when you update them. So yeah, that should work. And keep in mind, for instance, that NS managed property works as published property, and NS managed objects are observable objects. So this is why you don't need to do it in core data entities. Yeah. So yeah, and this is kind of a proof of concept of an app where you hit core data layer completely and nothing in your app except for your data manager knows about core data. And yeah, that might work. And yeah, we just need to address some issues such as having structures instead of classes here, as I mentioned before. Yeah, and overall it looks fine. There are still some bugs that I didn't fix, but it's fine. So yeah, and I think we'll stop here. I'll leave the complete code in the description to this video. Thank you for watching this. I hope you enjoyed this whole process and learned something new. And yeah, I really hope that these tutorials are helpful for you, and feel free to suggest topics you would like me to cover and highlight it in my future tutorials. And now I have an idea of a new app that we're gonna make in the next series of tutorials. And this app we will still use core data, but this time we won't use structures, so you can see and compare these two different approaches. And I'll talk about pros and cons of using core data entities directly. And I'll use a SwiftUI property wrapper fetch request, and we'll see what else we can learn about SwiftUI, combine, and core data. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you in the next video.